All right, this is Attention Soul, and I'm back with a prophetic dream. Watch part one. This will explain the whole entire prophetic dream and what the prophetic dream is about. But I'm just going to go ahead, jump right in. I got my notes ready. I'm finna read this. God had dropped this word into my heart, into my mind, into my soul, my spirit. November 30th at 7:47 a.m. So that number could be significant, okay? It also could have to deal with a sense of loyalty to the Lord, okay? So keep that key. Keep that key, all right? So I'm just going to read my notes as is. Alpine alpha increasing. Your brain does not have a switch like how we think it is. We do not have a on and off switch within the brain. The brain goes into a circadian rhythm. Your brain switches from low to high frequencies. The brain does not go off at night. That is why we were active within the dream state. Okay. In my dream, my brain had a switch on the side. I know, guys. My brain had a switch on the side, but it wasn't an on and off switch. It was more so of a rotating switch where it could go from low to high frequencies. I feel like this symbolizes the choice of what I could see within the dream. So as I had turned the knob in the dream, I was able to see more. I was able to see more clearly of what I was experiencing in the dream. But when my eyes began to see too much and I got kind of scared in the dream, I drew back and I turned the knob down, which is so crazy. 111 on the clock, bro. It's 1-1. Okay. Okay, Jasmine, I'm getting excited. God's so cool. He's so funny. Okay. Okay, so this symbolizes the choice of what I would experience in the dream as well. So it wasn't only what I could see, but it was also what I could dream. What I was experiencing in the dream. So, in the dream, God had shown me a famous celebrity. Like, this is an A-list celebrity. You've seen him all over the news, all over TV. He's been in movies. He's really well known, but I'm not going to exploit his name because this is what this is for. But God had shown me something that he had went through. Okay, and not everything is literal, but it's heavily symbolic. Okay, and I'm going to explain to you the symbolizations of everything that happened so you guys can know. All right, this is how you'll know that God is really just bringing a lot of people over new mountains. Like, he's bringing out that alpha energy that is within him into us. Okay, so let's just get into the dream. So a famous celebrity in my dream, he was getting kicked off of a group show because he accidentally had ended one of the group members' lives. And it just so happened that the person he had ended was the director's daughter. So what this is telling me is that there are people close to you that... No, God just said, keep going, keep going. Okay. So the famous celebrity was interviewed and he apologized for what happened. But then he proceeded to say that he didn't care that he had to leave the show, that he was going on to something better. He was on to better things, that there was someone waiting to take his place and he knew it. So in the dream, the famous actor was acting out. He was kind of being rebellious and he got mad and angry, right, guys? He got mad and angry because he could tell that the other people on the show didn't want him on the show. Now, in the dream, even though he had ended somebody's life, it wasn't in a way where it was malicious. It was by accident, right? And God had shown me that he had so much anger towards the people. They were grouping up against him. They were lying. They were telling the director lies. And the main person that was telling the director's lies was the daughter. And the actor had got so angry that he had accidentally slung the woman across the room. And that alpha energy, he slung the woman across the room because so many people were lying on his name and he did it by accident. And I know that it was by accident, Holy Spirit, because Sometimes people test God's children so much. We are so sweet, funny, and kind. Like, people see that as a weakness and they will gang up and literally be trying to brutally attack us. And you guys know that within Hollywood, like, a lot of people don't go to jail for the things that they do. So he didn't go to jail. He just got kicked off the show. The director kicked him off. And let's just start back, okay? So this is symbolic as to, even though what he did was wrong, God saw it as just because he was being gang attacked. Okay, he had no choice but to defend himself against the one person that was lying on his name. Like, he didn't have he was caught up in a predicament where he had to do what he had to do. And it was out of self-defense, and that's where it was just, right? God is a just God. So okay, so the actor had stated that he knew that somebody was trying to take his place, right? So there was somebody waiting to take his place, and he knew it. They wanted to be involved in the initial pact. So the actor was involved in a pact, right? Like, you know how wolves got packs, right? And that's where the word alpha comes along. He was showing traits of an alpha, but they didn't want him to be the alpha. A woman wanted to be the alpha. A woman that see, this is where, this ain't gonna be enough time. I already know it. But this is where a lot of people think that just because people that they know in higher places got them to where they are, that they automatically deserve the spot. For example, her dad was the director, so she automatically thought that she deserved the lead role, and she didn't. The actor that I'm talking about that had gotten trouble in the dream, he deserved the spot. He had the traits, the characteristics, the ability, he had the character. Okay? God had seen him as having the character. So, the person that wanted to off him wanted to be a part of the initial pact. And unfortunately, the actor had gotten exiled and he went to go do things solo. So he went solo. What happens in a pact, right? Where somebody tries to overthrow somebody else, they get thrown out, right? And then they have to go and wander off and feed themselves. And they have to go out into these streets and feed themselves. They have to hustle. I'm talking about within a wolf pack. Wolf packs, leaders get thrown out all the time, and it's half the time it's the leader that deserves to be leader, and the true leader is horrible. Kind of like Lion King. Watch Lion King, and I didn't post that video. There's a whole Lion King analogy too, guys. Okay. So I feel like this explains the Alpine energy. Someone takes the old wolf's place. So the person that wanted the wolf's place in the dream, they didn't actually pass away. They passed away. Like, see, it's hard to explain. They passed away energetically. So, like, they were gone and then they ended up coming back. I don't know how, but they did. So someone takes the wolf's place when the alpha leaves the pact. And it usually is a wolf that has been waiting for the spot. Like I just said, somebody that has been waiting for your spot is going to get your old energy. That's what God has been telling me. Somebody that has been waiting and copying and mocking you and generally is going to get your old energy. They're not going to get this new energy, this promised land energy that God is bestowing upon you. Someone has been waiting for your old spot, and they're going to get it. They're going to get the old energy because you got exiled, and that's when your life got better. As soon as you got exiled, that's when your life got better. Them not knowing this, they happily took your spot and thought that they exiled you. They thought that they kicked you off the show and that was your downfall. Okay, and that is all of my notes. But God told me that this was prophetic because this person in real life, they have gone through things within a brotherhood, and they were seen as the weaker vessel. Whole time they were the alpha. They were the one that was going to change the whole everything, their whole family generationally. And God is saying that he is the one that is going to lead a lot of people into their promised lands, just like you are, just like I am. And I'm going to explain some more in another video, okay?